Spinning wheel gotta go round. Right as we were coming on to talk about do the Sonic Pig podcast, we found out that David Clayton-Thomas of Blood, Sweat, and Tears had passed away. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Amazing singer for what he did.
Very dynamic singer, yeah. That second Blood, Sweat, and Tears album, the self-titled one, the one with all the hits, has Spinning Wheel, You Made Me So Very Happy, and When I Die.
Yeah.
That was a big part of my childhood before I could even read, just listening to that record.
He was one of those rock singers that sounded kind of like one of the throwback sort of like Tom Jones kind of. Like that style of singing.
Singing from the chest.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Kind of loungy.
But still great. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
I remember even talking to a free jazz trumpet player who was does really noisy stuff, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, I love that album." So
yeah,
it's great.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's like an amazing history of David Clayton-Thomas that a lot of people probably don't know.
That's
which
right.
is this incredible story of why there wasn't more Blood, Sweat, and Tears going into the 70s.
Yeah. Well, there's a documentary that came out. I should have checked the year on this, but it's called "What the Hell Happened to Blood, Sweat, and Tears," about how David was originally from Canada, and he came to the U.S., joined the band. The band was a huge hit, and he was trying to renew his green card, and the government got a wind of the fact that he wasn't a legal resident, and they went to the band and said, he's either going to get deported or you guys need to do a tour of the Iron Curtain for us. So they did like a U.S. Embassy sponsored tour of Poland and Romania and Yugoslavia, I believe it was.
I wonder who else they pulled this blackmail on. Was this like a regular thing that they did?
I don't know.
Bet it was. I bet it was.
It might be.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
before they had been doing U.S. Embassy tours with Louis Armstrong and Dave Brubeck, but this totally killed Blood, Sweat, and Tears' cred with the counterculture, because they were working for the man. In fact, in that documentary, when they come back from the tour, Abby Hoffman is outside of a concert they were doing in New York. I think they were opening for Miles Davis, and he was talking smack on them. So they got that, they lost their counterculture cred, but they also lost cred with, the mainstream too, because they were long-haired weirdos too.
Right. I wonder how people knew this whole story, though. I wonder how it was revealed to people, because, back then, obviously, without the internet and everything, it was harder to learn stories like this.
Government secrets were better hidden. There was no WikiLeaks yet.
Right,
there was a lot of
also band gossip. Like you didn't know what like a rock band was doing day to day, whatever.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of really good footage in that documentary. I really recommend it. It's fascinating. Even if you're not a Blood, Sweat, and Tears fan, you don't like Spinning Wheel, it's a good watch.
Yeah. So I was looking at their Pittsburgh history, and they played the Civic Arena for the first time they played Pittsburgh was right to the Civic Arena in 1969.
Yeah, which is when I think they were at their high point.
Yeah, I don't know who that show was with. And then they played the Syria Mosque after that. But then I just remember them playing the Holiday House in 1975.
Would have been a lot smaller.
Which would have been a lot smaller. They did a week at the Holiday House, and I was
that makes more sense.
And then I always wondered, like, how did this band fall so drastically from, being like this huge like number one or whatever hits, and then playing the Civic Arena, and then like 5 years later they're at the Holiday House, which is like, like a supper club for kind of like Vegas
in Monroeville.
For like Vegas has been sort of.
Mm-hmm. I think by then they had a lot of like serious jazz guys in the group, so maybe they were doing a lot more of a straight jazz set.
Well, when I delved deeper into it, like when I went into the Post-Gazette archives and saw that, David Clayton-Thomas was coming back into the band because he had left, and they were basically workshopping him back into the band, I guess. Mm-hmm. So they were doing kind of a residency, like a week-long residency at the Holiday House
to get their chops
and it was like
together.
This little mention in the paper, and I think then there was going to be a larger tour, which probably didn't play here, but they did like a week at the Holiday House, which must have been crazy for people You know, it must have been a huge deal.
Yeah, all the jazz high school kids were probably going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Maynard.
But anyway,
Ferguson fans.
R.I.P. David Clayton-Thomas. We still have You Made Me So Very Happy and When I Die and you know.
Yeah, all those hits, great stuff.
Some of these great hits from the 60s and early 70s that Manny, you not your biggest
That was
fan.
no, that was not my time period. But,
Yeah, not your time
respect.
period.
Yeah.
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 R.I.P.
All right.
David Clayton-Thomas.
Mm-hmm.